This is departure morning from Manistee. It's about 7:15.
We are getting ready to leave Manistee and go to Charlevoix. And it says it's 97.8 miles. Ed is removing all the electrical cords and getting us ready to roll.
We're ready to crank them up.
Okay. We got the water off first. Shut everything down. It says it's 40-something degrees out here today, but it doesn't feel like that because the sun's out.
One more rear line to get, then it's just the two sides for when we're pulling out.
Okay. We've got all the lines off except for the side one right out the pilot house door and one back there. And I think that's going to take the back one off. But we had all kinds of lines on because these big freighter was coming through here daily and a ton of fishing boats. So we were getting rocked a lot, even though it's calm back here.
All right. Oil pressure's good.
Say goodbye to all our Coast Guard friends over here and hope they don't pull us over on our way out. Blew the horn since he's backing out. Can't see. You're good so far. Looks real good, honey. Getting a little close to this post right here. Yeah, you're all right. You're good.
Current grabbed us right away. We'll inch away real slow so we don't make a wait for these guys.
Yeah, they look like they're leaving.
They've done all their testing.
They're leaving, thankfully. All right. We are heading out. Looks like a beautiful day so far. We'll see what it's like on Lake Michigan.
8:01, perfect time, 8 o'clock. That's
8
amazing.
o'clock on the nose. Yeah, we don't usually do it that well, do we?
No.
We like to sit around and have our coffee and read stuff on the internet.
I need a paper towel if you don't mind.
Okay. Driving by all the fishing. You can see them in there cleaning the fish.
So now, darn it. That still was pretty darn wet.
I'm driving while Ed is bringing in all the fenders. Just kind of nudging in gear once in a while. So we don't go too fast because of all these boats on the side here. Trying to be courteous. Leaving Manistee. Really nice and calm. I hope it's that. It does look calm out there. Looks really calm out there, Ed. fishermen going out this morning. I guess because it's a beautiful, calm day. Well, we picked a good day to travel. So far, so good. There's a guy fishing right there. Let the engines warm up a little bit before we take off. And there's the Hampton Inn. Really nice place. You can walk up to it by boat. They have an outdoor bar. You can get something to drink. They even sell food. And the big Coast Guard station. They have one of the nicest Coast Guard stations. It is calm as it can be out here today. We really lucked out picking today to travel. Going 97.5 miles, probably more, a little over 100 from dock to dock. And it looks like it's going to be a very nice day so far. Looking out the back of the boat at Manistee. Going nice and slow. Nice and calm. It's like a nice calm ride today.
So this morning we're letting the engines warm up, so we're just creeping along here at looks like 7.5 miles an hour. You gotta wait for engines to warm all the way up before you kick the turbos in and put on plane. But today we're headed north, up around, I don't know if you can see this. This is Betsie Point. We've been by there a lot. It's a beautiful lighthouse. We'll head through the Manitou Passage and up into Charlevoix. Today is supposed to be calm in the morning, and then the winds pick up in the afternoon out of the west. But by then we should be kind of heading more westerly into Charlevoix. So hopefully when the winds and the waves pick up, they'll be at our stern and we'll be home free into the safe port in Charlevoix. We're a couple miles out of Manistee, making our way towards Betsie Point. We'll round Betsie Point, head through the Manitou Channel, where the Manitou Islands are. Across from that is Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. So we got this stretch of lake is some of the beautiful scenery, and we've been idling along. The engines are at 823 RPM, which is our most economical cruise speed. You see up here we're going 9 miles an hour. They are totally warmed up now, and so we'll be able to put her on plane and make a little time while the water's calm before that west wind starts. But right now Maureen has got the generator on, the toaster going, and making a little breakfast for us while we're going slow. So we'll enjoy that on a slow cruise up here on this beautiful morning, and then pick up the pace and head through that Manistee Passage around Betsie Point, and maybe stop and check out the beautiful Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes before we head into Charlevoix.
We're about 3 miles offshore, but we're heading by Frankfurt this morning, and soon we'll be going around Betsie Point. And fishermen out here that we're having to leave around. I would imagine the fishing is pretty good this time of the year. We're a little farther north of Frankfurt now, and the sand dunes are really starting to come in. Just gorgeous. It's got a beautiful sunny day. The wind has picked up a little bit, but it's at our stern more because we're starting to round Betsie Point. And so that Freebird actually runs a little bit better as far as speed-wise. There's a little chop on the water. It lets some air get under the hull and gives better speed. So we're up to a little over 24 miles an hour now. The same RPM. Betsie Point Lighthouse on a nice calm day.
Ed's down doing the engine checks. So I'm driving the boat. Not really, it's on autopilot, but I'm watching as we're going by the Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. Kind of amazing. Not enough another soul out here but us on the lake. Sand dunes all out the windows. Really beautiful. See if I can zoom in a little bit. Good, he says.
I'm out on the aft lower cockpit, and we're heading by the Sleeping Bear sand dunes. While we're going slow, taking a little break from the higher speed we were at. I'm going to go down below here, do some engine checks.
On longer voyages of over 4 hours, especially today we're going over 100 miles, I like to go down mid-voyage and check the engine room out, make sure there's no oil spraying anywhere, water dripping. I also look at the gauges on the Raycor fuel filters, see how they're doing. And then what you'll see me doing down here is I have a laser pointed temperature readout, the thermometer, and I check various spots on the engine to make sure everything is running nice and cool, there's no hot spots. Check the temperature of the water going in and then the water in the coolers, just to give everything a good look over while we're traveling. The laser thermometer I use, I usually focus it on certain areas of the engine block, and what I'm doing is comparing the starboard engine to the port engine because they should be running within a degree or two of each other, and that gives me an idea whether one's running hot or cold, or it helps me see the health of the engine as it's running. So I look at the cooling areas, I look at the engine block in certain areas, I look at the front of the engine to get an idea how things are going.
I'm out on the front of the boat. Over to our left is the Manitou Islands, South Island and the North Island. We are going through what's called the Manitou Passage right now. To our right are the sand dunes. Sleeping Bear sand dunes. Nice and slow. We're the only ones out here. It's always amazing to me that we are it. All the people in the world. We've got this place to ourselves. Zoom in a little bit so you can see the sand dunes.
We're a couple hours into our trip and we've slowed down, dropped Freebird off plane as we head around into the Manitou Passage. And this is an area that I really enjoy going slow through because we're looking at the Sleeping Bear sand dunes out here.
Just a little north of the town of Empire, and try to scan along. You can see it's several miles, maybe even like about 3 miles, but just really steep sand dunes, 400 feet down, and then the point kind of tapers down, and then you're looking at the Manitou Passage right now, and off to the left here, the North and South Manitou Islands, and then South Manitou Island, just amazing. You see another, that's the island out there, South Manitou, another sand dune cliff out on the western shore of it, facing Lake Michigan. And back in the days, this was a very treacherous passage because of the shoals on the sides. It's many sunken ships through here back in the sailing ship days. Today we're not going to pull in real close
to Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. We've done that in the past. We've got in nice and close. It's a beautiful sight. But we want to make some time up to Charlevoix today, so we're going to stay out a little deeper and just kind of pass by.
Can't get over how beautiful it is out here.
Saying goodbye to the steep part of Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. But my favorite point of the sand dunes is the very tip out here. This area is just gorgeous. That's the very tip of Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. And then in the distance across the next bay is an area called Pyramid Point. That's about 10 miles out there yet, but it's a very steep cliff covered with trees, except for the sandy cliff part down into the lake. Pyramid Point, that's our next spot of interest. Well, the wind is starting to pick up a little bit as we pass by Pyramid Point here. Picking up some white sand, they're maybe up to a foot and a half. Hard to tell from up here. I'm in the aft of the flybridge, but we are going with it. About 10-mile-an-hour wind, so it's actually helping us. You're looking at Pyramid Point in the distance, and off to our right is North Manitou Island, and we're really just about to the end of North Manitou Island. So we are up to 4.5 waves, so we're starting to rock a little bit. Morning's doing lunch now because we expect it to get a little rougher as we get more exposed. And a little farther up the coast of Michigan, we're on the Keweenaw Peninsula coastline, and there's just some really beautiful, very steep, treed sand dunes, but every once in a while the tree roots don't hold it in, and there's more of a cliff area. And an occasional home built up there, like a big estate over here. I don't know if that's a winery or what it is, but it's way off in the distance. And when we get up to this point up here, we'll be making a little bit of a right turn around the edge of the Keweenaw Peninsula. And we'll soon after that be crossing the mouth of Grand Traverse Bay over to Charlevoix.
Out here, but thankfully the wind is behind us, the waves are behind us, so it's just a little bouncy. No big deal. We're hanging out outside of the entrance of Charlevoix because the bridge only opens every half an hour and we got here about 15 minutes early, so we're just hanging, waiting for time to go up to channel to have it open for us. We called ahead and she said 2 o'clock she'll open it up. We're glad we made it now because at 2:30 the ferry comes out. We've had to wait for that to come out before, and it's too narrow for both the ferry and our boat to go through, so we do have to plan it. A beautiful big American flag out here on the beach. A couple people hanging out. They're blowing the horn to stop the cars from coming over to open it up for us. There she goes. Opening up just for us. Oh, nope, there's still a little boat coming through. Well, that one might not even need her to open up. Not sure. But we're going through. Charlevoix the Beautiful. Once again, we are here. Love this place. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe.